Hey everybody, different scenery today. I am out in the woods and I just wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to chat today. I live in a very cold climate during the winter, obviously. The summers here are very beautiful, but I live in a very snowy tundric area in the winter. We had a really rough winter this year. Lots of snow, lots of ice, lots of indoor time. So now that things are starting to melt and come to life, so are the people. So you will notice a lot of people out and about and in really good moods when the sun starts peeking in. That's one thing that I've always found funny, because I moved away from where I lived for a while and I came back and I noticed that every time the sun peeks out and says hello during the spring or the winter or any time that there's a ton of snowfall, it puts people in such a great mood, and I loved that. So today the sun is slightly peeking out and I decided to get out and about into nature. I'm literally sitting in the woods right now, just breathing in the fresh air. It was hard to catch my breath the last couple of days. I feel like it was, I don't know if sometimes I think it's the seasonal changes and shifts when allergies come in, and it's kind of hard to catch your breath, and it can kind of give me anxiety because when things start to like my throat is like more swollen during the heavy allergy seasons, and that puts me in a really hard predicament because I can't, stale air and I don't mix well. I start having anxiety attacks, which is what I started experiencing last night, and it's crept on through this morning. So I was like, I need to get out, and here I am in the middle of the woods taking deep breaths and filtering out the old air and trying to invite like new energy into my day. Grounding is so important, and if it wasn't for the snow on the ground, I'd be barefoot because that is so vital to have that the energy from the earth go into your body. But yeah, I just wanted to chat a little bit about anxiety and why it's so important to find things to almost not only just like occupy your mind so you're not thinking about everything. I'm the kind of person that will sit there and be like, well, why am I feeling this way? It could be this, it could be that. Like, I'm Googling things. And so I had to stop and get out. And sometimes that's all we need is like a break from our regular routine or our just our day, like just to completely break it up and throw a curveball at your, I don't know, your conscious, like your mind, like do something completely different. And so that's what I'm doing. And it seems to be working. And I thought I would just record it because I know that people are dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. You're probably dealing with it, or you have dealt with it. And maybe you have your own experience on what works for you and you want to leave it in the comments. That'd be great. I love hearing different points of views and different remedies, so that'd be great. So yeah, anyways, it's like very hard to calm down once you work yourself up over something, and then you realize, where did this all start from? Like, why am I even worked up like this? And like I said, I'm not sure why all of a sudden I'll just have these random days a couple times a year where I just have a complete overwhelming heaviness of anxiety, and then I have to remember, okay, you just have to focus on your breathing, right? And then sometimes that can put me in a bigger like anxiety mess because I'm like, can I breathe? I can't breathe. So that's why I was like, you know what, I need to go outside and just walk because I can breathe and everything's fine right now. But yeah, sometimes just breaking it up and being out in nature is so important. If you're having a hard time with anxiety and you don't know where to turn to, like, I feel you and I hear you, and maybe you just need a moment to sit in the woods with me. Maybe you should go out right now and just sit with me and just take in some deep breaths. But yeah, it's absolutely it's absolutely gorgeous out here right now. I mean, I can kind of show you a little bit. There's still, I mean, there's snow on the ground, but it kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings behind me. When they're like kind of crept in their that little cave-like thing, and never mind. Anyways, yeah, it kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings out here, which is like very peaceful for me. But when it comes to like just figuring out what works for you when it comes to anxiety, I think finding places that make you feel regulated, obviously. Sometimes for me, that's like even taking a bath or like just relaxing somehow. There's a lot of shifts and changes happening in my life right now, and I think that could be definitely a reason behind it. There's like a little, I think it's a squirrel chattering behind me. It's so amazing when spring hits here because everything does wake up and things start to stretch, like the limbs of trees start to stretch, and the floor of the woods start to come alive, and it just smells so amazing. Anyways, I just wanted to chat with somebody today. I just figured, why not just talk to you guys and see how you were doing. And if you haven't gone out in the woods in a while, this is your sign to get out and just enjoy yourself, enjoy the beautiful things that come naturally to us. We live in a society where I feel like we think we need to go shopping, or we think we need to buy all these things to make us so happy and to make us so I guess just to make us happy. And I think we forget that this is literally one of the biggest things that we're missing in our day-to-day lives is the woods. It is nature. It is the fresh air. It is the animals, the energy. Like, the more you are outside and connecting with these things, the more peace you will find, I promise you. And, you know, I don't have earbuds in. I don't have anything like that. I am recording, but other than that, I just take a long walk in the quietness because that is what we're supposed to do. As human beings, we are connected to these things in our life, and we don't spend nearly as much time with it as we should. And so if you're the kind of person that stays indoors a lot, try going out of your comfort zone and getting some of that fresh air. If you live in a tropical place, go out on the beach. If you live in a place like I do, in a tundric, very seasonal place, then get your snowshoes or get out when the snow starts melting. You know, just find the time to do this because it will help. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. This video was kind of scattered, but I just was kind of talking myself down from an anxiety attack, and it really did help. So thank you for listening. And I'm going to continue my walk, and I hope you do too. Let me know how it goes.